2.3 parallel lines and triangle sums. We are going to be finding the triangle sums and using our parallel lines in there. So, triangle angle sum theorem is the sum of the measures of all the angles of a triangle is what? 180 degrees. Okay, so the picture next to it, it says if you have a triangle, then the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. So you've known that, you've used that. We're just going to throw some parallel lines in there to help us find some angles. Okay, so I have some triangles. On the left, how many triangles do I have in that picture?
2, 3.
3. I have a small triangle. I have a little bit bigger triangle. And I have the whole triangle. Okay? So I'm going to use those facts to solve them. So, what angle would you like to find? X or Y first? X. Why X? Because we already have 2 angles. So X is going to equal 180 minus 96 plus 35. Is that parenthesis important here? Yes, because you have to add the 2, then subtract, right? Could I write it as negative or minus 96 minus 35 if I wanted to? Yeah, but I would assume you would add them first. So let's see, 113?
131.
Yeah, wrote it right, said it wrong. So X equals 49 degrees. So 49 degrees. How are you going to find Y?
Find the big triangle.
Say it again.
If you find the big triangle, can you find Y?
Mm-hmm. So if we use the big triangle, these 2 angles together form the top angle, don't they? So we would just need to take 180 minus 77, 49, and 35. So Y is going to equal 180. And I want to see this work, guys. This is like the work when I say show me your work. This is what I'd want to see. I got to add all this up. So 2, 1, 12. 49 is 1, 5, 161. Nick agrees. So then what, 19? Now, is 19 reasonable? 19 degrees reasonable? Does it have to be small? Yeah. I mean, I got 3 other angles. Did it have to be the difference between these 2 angles? Yeah, it did, didn't it? Because we had 35 and 49 in the other triangle. So there's lots of ways you could have thought about it, but 19 is the correct answer. Okay, what about B? What do you want to find first? X. Okay, so you guys find X. Did you get 64?
Yeah.
Okay. So what can I do with that? Why? Because they're what angles? They're vertical angles. So the 64 goes here, doesn't it? Also? So is anything from before going to go away? No. So then y is going to be, go ahead and find it. Did you get 74? Okay. So, are you going to have to use some stuff you know to find other stuff? Yep. No different than what it's been doing, huh? Okay, triangle exterior angle theorem. So, exterior angle is the angle outside. It's this angle right here. Okay? So, the theorem says the measure of each exterior angle of a triangle equals why don't I put an extra E in there? Equals the sum of the measures of the two opposite interior angles. So that means the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3. So let's think about that a little bit. Why does that work? Well, what would 1 and the linear pair to it equal?
180.
180, correct? And if you have this angle in here and you have the rest of the 180 outside, don't these two have to equal the rest of the 180? Yes. So I could draw my picture differently also. What if my exterior angle was over here? Then my sum would be 3 and, well, the other one, right? That one. What if my exterior angle was out here? Then it'd be 2 and that one again. Doesn't matter. Okay? Got it?
Well, do you have to like explain? Cause like the last like one we did, there was a lot of like we had to just write the theorems. Are we actually like solving in this one?
You're actually solving them because there's not a theorem name.
Okay.
And the reason why last time there was a lot of theorem writing is because you need to know those names. Because those explanations, those are the explanation. Like, why do you know that? Because they're alternate exterior or alternate
Or do you
interior.
know if like the like exterior angle theorem is like something we have to use for?
Maybe if you had a proof or something, but we're not going to like, the last time we said they're parallel, so we're going to find angles. Now we're going to prove they're parallel. We're not, other than proving it's a triangle. But, and a lot of the theorems are pretty basic. They are what they are, you know. Okay, so x. What is x going to equal?
100.
How?
Because you have to add the 57.
54 plus 57. And do you have to show me that?
Yes.
Yes. Now the next one, how are we going to find x?
We're gonna subtract.
We're going to set it up, our problem. So 104 equals what? x plus 49, correct?
Yeah.
Because 104 is the exterior angle, so it's the sum of these angles. So then I would subtract 49. So 55. Now, if you forgot that you carried your borrowed your 1 and you brought your 1 down and you told me it was 155, should you know you're wrong?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, questions? Okay, you notice I didn't make you draw this picture, did I?
Thank you.
Okay, but you are going to want to draw on it a little bit. It says Cheyenne built this display for her ornament collection. I don't know who. If you look in the book, it's like a shelving display behind it. It's like made of wood, this shape. Anybody going to build this shape? Not on purpose, right? Okay, each shelf is parallel to the base. So we're going to make, so this, like if I extend this, it's parallel to the base. That's what it says. So these two are parallel. That might be handy, right? Okay. So then we have a couple transversals we can use. She recalls only the angles measures shown on the diagram, and now she wants to build another one, just like it. And you're asking yourself why. So am I. But that's the equation. It's like the joke about only in math can somebody go to the grocery store and buy 15 watermelons and nobody asks why. I don't know why. Okay, so what is the measure of angle 1, 2, and 3? We might have to find 4 and 5 before, but it wants 1, 2, and 3.
So we get 5 first.
If we find 5, it'll be vertical.
So if we find 5, we can find its vertical angle and we can move up into that triangle.
Yes.
Okay. So angle 5 is 180 minus 100. So it's 80. So I don't know if I can write small enough. Hopefully you guys can to get it in there. So 80 there and then 80 here.
Yep.
Okay.
Is 75 that top line?
No, 75 is this angle right here.
Well, we can find the big triangle. 45
Mm,
and 45.
right, but of the big triangle, we have this little piece right here and this little piece right here. Don't we?
Yeah.
Now we could find this angle here, but I don't know if that's going to do us any good. You guys, we want to? No, we can't find that one. No, mind, lie, because that uses that piece too. Can we do anything with those parallel lines? Because we have like this is a transversal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you could get 80 plus y equals.
What we have 45, yeah. So that tells me this is supplementary to it, but that's an angle and a half, right? So that might not do us any good. Do I have like an alternate interior that might do me some good? What about this one? Isn't that 45 right there?
Yeah.
Isn't this angle and the one I just wrote, aren't those alternate interior angles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So now I have 80 and 45, so can I find angle 2?
Yep.
125.
So angle 2 is going to equal 180 minus 45 plus 80. So it's 125. So angle 2 is 55. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely can't get 55 on that angle too. You might be able to. I can try, but you're never going to be able to read it.
Would 40, 75?
No,
No, you can't.
because this much of it would be 75.
Oh, I forget about the line.
Yeah. Here, let me get rid of that line. That will help. We need 1 and 3. So do we know, could we find any part of 1?
Wouldn't one, because 80's on another train, wait.
80 is like you're seeing this as a transversal.
Yeah, 80 and 55, and then subtract that from 180, and where did you have the other one?
Not that way. How can I find this angle right here? The one I just put a dot on. Right here.
Can you get 80 plus 1 equals 1?
What?
Can you get 80 plus 1 equals 1?
Yeah, because that's a linear pair. Yes? So it's 100. Why are you two so noisy back there? Stop. Okay, so I know this is 100. Can I find this angle here? Is this a straight line?
Yeah,
What does the whole thing have to equal?
180.
And I have the other two parts. Okay,
120, so we say
so 120, so 180 minus 120 is 60. So what does that make angle 1?
20.
So 180 and minus 160. So 20. I'm just showing my work, right? So how am I going to get into that other triangle?
Well, 4 and 60 would be another linear pair.
Yep, 4 and 60 would be a linear pair, right? So it'd be what?
120.
120.
180 minus.
So angle 3 is going to be 180 minus 165. Because 120 and 45.
Yeah.
So it is 15 degrees. Did you have to do some hunting? Yep. Wasn't absolutely horrible. Okay, so that's what you're doing today.